Hello there, my name is Rich. I'd like to talk about animation. Today we talk about High Risk Issue 12, the spin-off series from Villainous that you follow basically two minor villains called Villainous and Parasite, the sort of situation they get into. And today we talk about Issue 12. Of course, I did break down the video Issue 12 a couple hours ago or a day ago, depends when I upload this video. But besides that, you want to read the issue, go on Twitter/X, follow Night for Moon. He actually translates each single issue, but of course he's kind of slow. Right now he's issue 7. But other than that, there is some spoilers, but we're gonna focus on the highlights of issue 12. One of the highlights is sort of the interrogation scene with Parasite and Villainous, because when Porinni was talking, he sort of explaining, give me the information before I actually hurt you. But I love it, he sort of ego says, I own the city. And out of nowhere, Parasite say, not really, you only half. And I just love how Porinni reacted like, what did you say? Like, that moment was great, because even her best friend Minato just turned around, look at Parasite like, what are you doing? Like, honestly, what are you doing? Because if you don't notice, Parasite is sort of very lowbrow, low key, doesn't really give a crap. She's sort of depressed in a way, but I love it. When she says something, she says it without filter, without any regret, because it's sort of obvious, or she want to basically correct something that is wrong because she know it's wrong. But I love it. She doesn't care. Even that Porinni has her in the death line, that moment that he could kill her, and he will kill her, and yet she doesn't give a crap. This girl is just so unhinged. Sometimes I wonder who is the most unhinged character, Minato or Parasite, because you think, oh, it had to be Minato. She's the one who has all the plans, the ones who leap before she jumped Tapperga. But no, Minato is like a different level unhinged, like completely different. But yet, it sort of scares Minato also every time they are stuck in sort of situation that is no-win situation. Especially the expression Minato has from Parasite, that turning around like, what are you doing? I mean, honestly, what are you basically doing to make him more angry than before? Besides killing us, they gonna torture us, then kill us again. But that scene is just so great. It just stuck to my head. Now, the second highlight of this issue is sort of, I basically talked about in my conclusion of my issue 12, is the fact, the logic of Porinni explaining why he wants to become a hero is sort of kind of interesting. He kind of reminds me sort of like Lex Luthor. In fact, some issues, different comics do sort of explore that, but I don't think I never explored this way before. At least I don't read enough comics, so I don't know if they did. Basically, he sees everything is changing rapidly, that the heroes are taking over and the villain is sort of dying and sort of hard to survive, so he has to change. And that is sort of interesting logic, even though I sort of struggle to translate that to English. If you not notice, watch my other video. But basically, technically in Spanish, he just says it's just a new era. I had to change. But once more, we don't know what's the point. Was he really thinking that? What's the point he realizing to do that? Especially knowing if he does something against the villains, Black Hat will notice because he made a deal with them. So, yeah, that's a lot of questions. But at the same time, it was sort of fascinating how he just says, oh yeah, I'm working the heroes. But of course, it's like I pay myself become a hero. And that is just sort of interesting because he knows has to jump ship sooner or later. He gotta die being the villain or jump off before he has the chance. But I just found it kind of interesting why he's doing it. Not because it's a simp, it's just sort of survival. It seems to me he sort of maybe have issue of the old guard, the old seniors who take over before his chance to take over. It feels it's like a strategy to show the old guard that this is the way to do it, because he feels he's sort of tired to be under their thumb. It sort of reminds me of sort of like Greek mythology, that how the old gods are all stuck in their ways and the new gods have to basically kill the new gods, the old gods, so they can have in charge. It feels that sort of kind of logic into Porinni in a way, No wonder they have a backstory of Nick Cage explaining why he liked this, like why he fall to that sort of mental state of thinking. But oh, that is something just sort of fascinating me. Now, of course, I did like the other thing about what happened to Stroud, that she called someone when everything went wrong. That she called someone called Nana. For right now, we don't know what her real name or who is this person. She or he or they, or could be one of the members of Peace, or could be another Dawn of the Sixth Dawn of Villainous. We don't know who she actually working with. Especially, you keep thinking maybe Captain Star is a double agent, that she works both sides for her favor, just because she can make more money. At least in logic. Because we don't know why she betrayed. Maybe it should be too easy for her to do it. We just don't know. In fact, maybe Nana is basically a bloodhound in disguise, helping each other back and forth to get what they want. At least that's sort of the theory I have. Of course, this theory is sort of very not good because I have no confirmed evidence or at least connection, but oh, that it feels sort of kind of interesting. Of course, another thing I did enjoy is sort of a little thing about Himiko, that she's just proud to be there, proud to attack, proud to actually help Minato in Parasite, just to help out, that she doesn't have regrets. At least that's how I read her, because she didn't say much. It's just we're partners for right now, but maybe this be a permanent thing. We don't know, but like Himiko, I hope she stuck with the rest of the two together as a trio. Now, anything else? I think the most interesting thing is sort of the fight scene of King Casino and Porcini, because it was sort of short. You didn't see how they fight correctly, but just sort of interesting how they keep talking back and forth. Like how King Casino always sort of kind of hated Porcini because his never was traditional villainy. Porcini was tired of the old guard, of the traditions of who were you supposed to do. Like, no, I do it my way. And that sort of makes sense because how maybe the reason why he portrayed all the villains just to change it up to show you the different way. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm reading way too much into it, but I feel sort of kind of interesting to see how anger Porcini really has of Casino. Even that you think, oh, maybe because he's second best. At least that's what I assume, but I feel it's just so much more hatred of that. Of course, I think the final thing is just fascinating is Porcini's transformation. That we don't know how powerful Porcini really is. This is his first transformation, or only transformation, or even that how he gets his special abilities is between Blackhead or his old Mafia boss who attempted to experiment him. It was both of them or one the other who allowed him to fully transform. Or it's just power of Blackhead because he has a ranking hat, like the third or fourth highest ranking. The closer you are, the more power you get, especially get a piece of power of Blackhead. But of course, I think they only do that as the second highest or the first highest. I don't remember exactly, but you get the idea. But at the same time, why he didn't transform during the fights? Maybe he didn't have much time, or maybe he needed the extra push, that extra frustration, because how it seems what he transformed is just sort of anime logic, that he had to be in the sort of anger mode that's so high up he had to explode to get out. Also wondering, does his son Junior has the same ability as him, or all the other henchmen also have the same ability, or only him only have that special ability because he was the first one to experiment or make the deal of Black Cat. If he does, or because of the genes thing, maybe his son could do the same thing, but you see his son, how he's sort of aggressive, he's trying not to be horrible, he doesn't know what to do, he was just bullied by his own father, so yeah, maybe he will never transform, or maybe he does, or maybe he never explore it because how short this miniseries really is. But all that, it was sort of fascinating to see him transform because he's just sort of kind of badass. In fact, I'm wondering what type of name he has for this transforms because I just said Ultra pig, because that's the only thing come up in my head in the moment when I was sort of translating on video. But other than that, it was sort of fascinating to see how powerful he really is and dangerous. But hopefully we have more of that in next issue. But anything else, I'm trying to think of anything else this issue stands out. I mean, I talked about everything, which is sort of kind of fascinating because I was hoping to have more, and I did. Especially, you can see Twin Shadow once again reappearing, talking to Captain Estrada, trying to understand the situation and how Captain Estrada trying to avoid her or talk to her, but don't see her eye to eye. Just like, yeah, like she's afraid that she knows something that she doesn't want to talk to her because it's Twin Shadows. Maybe she's sort of unhinged or feel betrayed who does something to her. But once more, that's sort of a hint, or maybe a hint as a future fight in the future in this series. But of course, because it's a mini series, you don't have enough fighting time because you don't have a lot of issues. Especially this is sort of very traditional, not traditional, very webtoony way of showing fight scenes. So yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, I hope we do, but if we don't, I'm okay with that. Now, anything you think about this new issue? Any new theories? What do you think the situation of Porcini that he could transform? He could be more powerful or not? Do you think it will be Porcini versus Twin Shadows? Or it could be a team up with Captain Star with Twin Shadows versus Porcini? We don't know. Anything on that I can't really say to predict what could happen next. We think we will do with Villainous, Parasite, and Himiko. What's gonna happen next? Anything else I can't say. Just one thing for sure. The series is about to end. I think we have maybe two more issues, maybe three, because the original miniseries of Sunblast was 16 issues. This was very close to that number. We have only 3 issues left, so I'm guessing it'll be 3 more issues, or maybe 2. I don't know. Honestly, I can't say much. That one question: do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. I'm sorry I'm stuck here. But other than that, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.